me. All right, our first topic for today, Monica Lewinsky is writing for the first time about her affair in the 1990s with President Bill Clinton and has some questions about timing. Some people do. Lewinsky breaks her silence, calling her relationship with Clinton, quote, consensual, though her boss, quote, took advantage of her after the affair. The now 40-year-old Lewinsky says in an upcoming issue of Vanity Fair that she began a sexual relationship with Clinton in 1995 while she was a White House intern, you'll remember, and it resulted in Clinton's impeachment. The full article is going to appear in the June issue of Vanity Fair, available this month. And the Washington Post article that's talking about this, she basically said the reason why she's doing this is I'm determined, she said, quote, to have a different ending to my story, end quote. Some people are asking why now? Obviously, she's got a book coming out, but also in regards to being radio silent for years, more than 15 that is, and now coming out at this time when we've got election. A lot of people are talking about Hillary Clinton. Do you think it has anything to do with it? Asking your Google Plus group what you think about it. Starting off first with Nate. Nate, your thoughts about Monica Lewinsky coming back up again and saying, hey, this is what happened then, and this is what I want to say. And she also says she wants to bury the blue dress and the beret as well. Burn it. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine. I think people who have issues, with past things they've done take much less time for society and people as a whole to forgive them. So I think 15 years is like double or triple that. And, certainly she never knew this was going to turn into the media storm it was. Obviously, they didn't think they would get caught. That's why they did it. So it's just unfortunate that it happened to be, two people in a really prominent position. So, if this happened to someone else, like, it wouldn't get near that attention. So I think it's fine.
It's a story that captivated people's attention for months, if not years, and still at this point in time we're talking about Monica Lewinsky. So why not have her come out and say, listen, here's the real deal. This is what happened. This is what I want to say. And also I want to control the way I'm seeing what my story is all about. I want to be the one in control of that. What do you think about it?
Yeah, well, I'm all for her to move on with her life, but dragging it out after 15 years, it's almost like she wants to extend her 15 minutes of fame. I would rather see her doing something productive with her life and go on, just do it, rather than the article interview after 15 years and all the news media storm again.
Kim, she says she has a hard time getting a job. She cannot get a job. It's really difficult. She says this keeps playing out in social media, so she wants to take control. Do you agree?
Well, I think that it's all about the money. she needs money, and like you said, it's hard for her to find a job. I don't believe it's hard for her to find a job. I think it's hard for her to find a job that pays what she wants it to pay. Anybody can find a job. So I don't buy that excuse. She wants a lot of money, and this is her way of getting it.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next topic. A graphic sex ed ebook is drawing outrage from some Missouri parents today. It depicts illustrations of naked people and other involved in sexual acts. Although it's meant for kids 10 and up, it's still making some parents pretty uncomfortable. Christine Coleman has more.
Yeah, most of the time when I shared this with parents, their jaws hit the floor and they were shocked, and then their next reaction was outrage.
Father of two, Tim Schmidt, is talking about the reaction some parents have to this book. It's called It's Perfectly Normal. And according to the authors, it talks about changing bodies, growing up, sex, and sexual health.
It has a lot of very explicit drawings, cartoon images, lifelike cartoon images, a lot of nudity. It actually shows people having sex.
This is the first school year that the book has been in the Francis Howell School District. It's only available in e-form at the middle school libraries, but it is not part of the school curriculum. Schmidt filed a formal complaint to have the literature removed. The school district's only comment on this issue mainly addressed the complaint. District officials said, quote, it was determined to keep the e-book available as a resource for checkout in the library. If a parent determines that he or she does not want their child to have access to certain materials, we honor that request. Some parents are okay with the book, including June Tiller.
So I feel like if the school teaches them this and they have this information available, it's very important, and it will help them and keep them safe.
That was Christine Coleman reporting. Isn't that enough? If the parents say, hey, I don't want my kid to see it, and they say, okay, we won't show it to him, shouldn't it end there? Or no, it should be taken out of the library altogether for anybody else. Maybe a parent that's not as involved and didn't see the note. I don't know. Nate, what do you think?
Well, I think, if they want to have it as an educational resource, I think, being appropriate. So if we want to go back to marrying our kids off when they're 12, yeah, teach them this stuff in middle school. Let them have at it. If we don't want to do that, and then I don't think just having it on a library shelf is a good idea. If their job is really to educate, then do that. Don't just say, here's a book, have fun. Lead them through it and guide them. But I would question, the age, too. Because if we want them to get married early, teach them early. If we want to wait a little bit, do that.
Some would say, though, that kids are having sex before marriage. Nate, agree with it or not, that might be what's happening here. And they're saying that, you know what I mean, give them some resources to let them know what to do or not to do. I don't know. Shelley Ray, do you think it's a good idea?
Well, I think within a certain boundaries, yeah, it is. I think we need to get past kissing causes pregnancy and get into the reality of what does. I haven't seen the books, so I don't know how I would feel about the graphic images, though. Maybe more words, maybe making that a little more parent discussion versus teacher.
Antonia, what do we have on Facebook?
Well, Lisa says, I think finding a sex book in a library is totally wrong. Come on, kindergartners or first graders going there. Maybe they don't understand the content, but they'll get the pictures that are being shown. But Jennifer says, yes, it should be taught at home, but that doesn't always happen. And I would rather some kids to be educated at school than know nothing at all because their parents won't talk to them.
All right, you've got the last word. We appreciate it. We'd love to hear what you have to say. You can post your comments on our Facebook and our Google Plus page. And if you do it before 11, chances are Tony's going to read it live on air. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. All right, coming up next, is there a rivalry amongst millennial moms on social media? Social media coach Kim Beasley tackles the issue. Stay with us.
Yay, we pull off another section.
Okay.
With all the tech troubles.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Melissa, can we go over it real quick?
Yep. So taking pictures of your children and their accomplishments may seem innocent to you, but what is oversharing milestone means you're actually in a social media rivalry with your friends or followers. Here to shed some light on some common issues is our social media coach, Kim Beasley. Kim, first of all, is mom rivalry on social media real? Secondly, how can moms deal with the rivalry? Thirdly, are there ways that moms can gain knowledge and get support instead of competing? What's the opposite side of it? And then, Kim, how can they find out more information about you?
Perfect.
Antonia, thank you, my love, for coming in here and trying to help out with the broadcast button. As soon as I saw you in here, that was it. I just knew to go press the broadcast. So thank you for coming on.
No problem.
Sorry, all those hand gestures were just to tell you, yes, I got it, and go ahead, I'm good. But
I got it after a second. But you do it so well. It's like so beautiful the way you do it. I just saw this, like, just gorgeous.
Like, I'm thinking she must think I'm telling her to get out of here, get out. No, but as soon as I saw you, I'm like, oh, broadcast, and I went and pushed it real quick.
I should just have a sign, broadcast sign.
Yeah, I know.
I'll make a bright yellow one.
I know. We need like woo, some kind of something to put up there right by the door so that I know.
Yeah.
I gotta check in with Deanna once again. That man is not here. Is he around or what? I know. He hasn't been around. Maybe sick of it. He's like, I did it for 2 years. I'm done.
Deanna may be asleep.
And Kim, make sure you lose your CG, please.
Oh, thank you. Forgot.
Welcome back, everybody. Taking pictures of your children and their accomplishments may seem innocent to you, but what is oversharing milestones, and what does it mean, actually? Are you having a little bit of a social media rivalry with your friends and followers? I don't know why it's so hard for me to say for some reason. Joining us now to talk a little bit about that issue is our social media coach, that's Kim Beasley, to chat about it. Kim, tell me a little bit about this mom rivalry on social media. Is it real?
Well, actually, it deals with millennial moms. Those are the moms who are 18 to 32. And it's alarming to find that some are being very competitive on social media. They're sharing their child's progress to try to one-up others, and they're trying to keep up with the Joneses and buying the things that look good or look better than others. And finally, they're trying to outdo others with the pictures of their little loved ones on social media.
how can moms deal with the rivalry on social media? Because it can be pretty overwhelming when you've got all your friends doing this, and I did this, and Johnny only eats organic, and whatever. It's a lot.
Now, first of all, I want to say it is okay to share this information. But when it gets to the point where you're trying to one-up someone else, then you're getting into the rivalry thing. Let others feel that they have won the rivalry if they started it. Downplay the rivalry. See, I'm having a hard time saying the word, too.
It's a hard one.
Connect with like-minded moms who don't compete with you, yet they support you. And then try to gain knowledge from your friends whose children are at different milestones instead of trying to compete with them.
Yeah, I agree. I only say the organic thing because I'm one of those organic moms, and I get called out for it, so I throw it up there, okay? So there are some ways that moms can gain knowledge and support instead of, competing on social media. There's a plus side to this. What is it?
Listen to the experts. Trust me, they have a lot of experience in regard to parenting and using social media the right way. And read parenting books to find good support. Keep in mind, don't overdo it. Yes, parenting books have great advice. Just don't overdo trying to accomplish every single thing that you read. And then finally, find a support group of like-minded moms on social media who can give you great support, give you really great words of encouragement, and who's there to smile and laugh with you as you share your updates.
And don't be afraid to defriend either. Don't worry about it. Most of the time, they don't even notice. All right, Kim, how can people get a hold of you if you'd like some more information or maybe a tip for you as well?
KimBeasley.com.
All right, Kim, thank you so much. A lot of good info, like usual. Go down to Tim with a quick look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning, Melissa. We do have scattered showers out there for parts of western Nevada. Also some shower activity for the northeastern part of the state. How much longer we're dealing with this? That's coming up next.
Nice job, Kim.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kim.
I think that was a good one for Mom's Day.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And I saw it in your
I like
wow.
the.
Go ahead.
I like the idea that you said of don't go overboard. The books have great ideas, but don't follow all of them.
Yeah, I
So
know
true.
moms who can quote books like quote.
Yeah.
But it's always, you're always like, come on. Well, this book said da da da. I got actually spoken to over the weekend about something I said about my daughter, and I was like, I don't care if somebody says that that's not the right thing to say. It doesn't bother me. The word was that I called her, and that wasn't a good word to say.
You were told that?
Oh, it's a perfectly fine word.
So they're
And
like,
you know what?
it's-
If you don't use it, she doesn't define it either.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing that people don't realize. If you don't use words around kids, they don't define it. So I've been amazed at some of the weird definitions my son's friends have for words because their parents are like, these words have no definition because kids don't use them or aren't exposed to them.
Wow.
There was apparently an article out about it and about the whole negative of it. I read the article. I remember that, but I still chose to use it anyways. I don't think it's a big deal, but whatever. If I lived in the myopic world of everything has some sort of detrimental effect, what kind of child would I be raising? Now
the new articles are out that parents are over-parenting and wrapping their kids in wool, and that it's actually
Welcome back, everybody. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us with a look at our forecast for today. Looking a little cloudy out there.
That's right. It's actually very cloudy across much of the area. We have a lot of moisture in the air. There's been a little bit of rain. There's been a little bit of snow.
That nice sweet smell this morning.
That's right. I love the smell of rain, although I do have to say it actually smells very different here than it does back on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Very different smell to the rain here. Very interesting, I found. The first time it rained here, I said, wow, that It's definitely different. Anyway, Spanish Spring Sunset sent in by Tracy. Thank you so much for a beautiful picture there. You know, we've had quite a bit of rain, or I should say quite a bit of cloud cover and a little bit of rain over the last few hours, so probably not this beautiful at sunrise today. However, this is a beautiful picture if you want to go check it out on our Facebook page, facebook.com/KRNBnews4. You can go like the picture while you're there and like us as well, and we'll keep you up to date on everything that's going on. Still breezy for your Tuesday. We have this weak area of low pressure passing over the area today, so as a result, we have breezes picking up. We also have a scattered shower chance out there, and isolated thunderstorms are possible as well as the center of this low passes over us. It's an upper level low. 47 degrees out there right now. Really struggling on the temperatures with the cloud cover and the upper level low in place. 15-mile-per-hour winds out of the north, reinforcing that cooler air now with a northerly wind direction. 50 in Fallon right now, 50 in Winnemucca as well, 36 still in Eureka, and 45 in Ely. The northeastern part of the state has seen some snow showers, especially at the higher elevations, now mainly rain showers for them, and we have scattered rain shower activity throughout parts of western Nevada now, and even into the Sierra. A little bit of snow shower activity continues there. This is basically the story for the day, but as the day continues to progress, we'll start to see things moving further and further south in a trend here, pulling things further and further south through the evening. So again, some scattered showers and maybe even a thunderstorm later on this afternoon. Then by tonight, most things have pushed off to the south and east, and we will dry things out going into your Wednesday. There's a bit of a breeze out there today, about maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting to 30 at the valley floors. Things will start to calm down as far as the winds are concerned later on tonight. Up at the lake, into the 40s for most areas. Rain and snow showers continuing depending on your elevation. Snow level around 7,000 feet, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds at lake level. We're only into the upper 50s for the highs today. We're really even struggling to get there at this point. We're in the lower 50s for much of northeastern Nevada, and 10 to 15 mile per hour winds there with rain and snow showers, and about a 60% chance for any one spot to pick up a rain shower today at the lower elevations at the valley floors. Up to the north, you're kind of dwindling on rain chances at this point, but a good amount of cloud cover remains. Upper 50s for Reno for your high today, and still about a 60% chance for some showers. We've already seen a few off and on throughout the day. Breezy this afternoon, upper 50s. Then we return to the 60s for your Wednesday. That's our first stop along the way to the 70s for Thursday, and we'll stay in the 70s for the rest of the 7-day forecast in Reno. We're only in the 40s today at South Lake Tahoe with breezy conditions and rain and snow showers continuing. All right, let's take a look at my weather video of the day. Torrential rain has led to severe flooding in areas across northwestern Bosnia. Reports say several areas have seen large-scale damage to crops and infrastructure. Several roads were left damaged and impassable there. Authorities said they warned local mayors to take precautions. There have been no reports of casualties so far from that particular area, but the same cannot be said for other countries, though. Heavy rain and flooding that hit central Italy yesterday led to one drowning death and destroyed several homes. So tough stuff over there. Back to you, Melissa.
All right, thank you so much, Tim. Coming up next, your friends show off their latest baby gadget, maybe a new pair of shoes, and you want it right now in your Amazon cart. Do not go to the site. There's a hashtag for that. Stay with us. Keep it. Skim it. Hashtag.
It's just amazing, isn't it? Because if your kid like bumps their head, they look around to see your reaction. If you're like, "Oh, good job,"
Right.
you bumped your head, they're like, "Oh, I'm so happy."
Yeah, that's what we've always done. We always like, yes, all right, good job, awesome, dude. And my son is still like the big, strong dude who's just like, yeah, I bumped something. You know, I mean, he out-weightlifted most people by the time he was 11, and and it's simply because we didn't coddle him. We're like, yeah, of course you can do the monkey bars in year 2. Who cares? You're only drop 3 feet.
Oh, it's crazy. The things like, yeah, like my kid will just run around, things that scare me, and I think, oh crap, that was a big one, and she'll be like, uh-oh, and run around. I'm like, what the heck? And then mommy will be there, and she'll like just walk into a wall, and she'll look, and mommy's like, oh baby, and for an hour she just screams.
Yeah, I do see the difference when it's with my husband or with me. When it's with me, they're much more cry, needy. It drives me nuts. But with Rich, they're much more like, sorry. They'll actually hurt themselves and apologize. Oh, sorry. And I'm like, what? What? You apologize for running into the wall with your dad, but when it's me, you're like, ah! You know, in certain circumstances, I like that they come to me, but in other circumstances, I really try my best to kind of curb it because I can see the difference. If I coddle, you know, I'm not saying I let my kids run around, you know, bleeding or whatever, but.
Well, there's a difference between reacting to a little bump or a stub toe and to putting a Band-Aid on something that's bleeding with a little Neosporin and a hug. You know, they don't deserve the same reaction.
Welcome back, everybody. Now in your tech news, shares of Apple gained Monday to close above $600 for the first time since October of 2012. The shares have been powering higher for weeks following the company's reported better than expected quarterly results. Apple shares are up 7% year to date and 33.5% over the last year. Investors are hopeful that Apple is going to be able to regain its growth momentum once it releases new products, which they're expected to do soon. Well, you might call it social shopping. Twitter and Amazon are teaming up to introduce Amazon Cart. This is how it works. Twitter users are going to be able to add products to their Amazon account by hitting reply and using the hashtag Amazon Cart. Users can then buy the product later via Amazon, like a bookmark. New to Los Angeles, now they're doing what a 26-year-old took matters into her own hands to retrieve her stolen cell phone. Yep, using an app. She was able to pinpoint the phone's exact location, but police say she's lucky she wasn't hurt. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has a story.
Like so many of us, 26-year-old Sarah McGuire says her smartphone is so much more than just a cell phone.
I had all my photos, all my text messages, addresses.
After a night on the town with her roommate, Sarah says both of their iPhones were stolen. So she turned to an app called Find My iPhone to hunt down the devices.
It was so specific.
Once the app is downloaded, your cell phone basically becomes a beacon. It can be tracked anywhere. Using cell towers, your phone sends a ping that can be monitored in real time to any computer. The technology is so accurate, it can lead you to a specific address.
Sarah's phone was pinging 30 miles away in the quiet LA suburb of West Covina. She says when police told her they were too busy to track down two cell phones, the slender 26-year-old yoga teacher took matters into her own hands.
Knocking on the door was a little scary.
After a short confrontation, she says a large man eventually handed over both phones.
Do you think you made a good decision?
I think my dad would probably say differently.
So would police.
We really don't want people going on their own in a sketchy neighborhood or to a sketchy house or apartment to try and find a phone that's really only worth a couple $100.
With more than 3 million smartphones stolen last year alone, apps like Find My iPhone are more popular than ever.
It's not worth anybody getting hurt over.
Do you think you're lucky?
I think I'm lucky, yeah, definitely.
Lucky? Yes. Smart? Even Sarah admits that's a tough call. For today, Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Pretty interesting. Coming up next in your viral video, some high-flying fun thanks to the Thunderbirds. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. Coming up in just a bit on News 4 at noon, the report is out on climate change in this country, and the findings aren't good. We're going to tell you what scientists are saying and how our area is changing. Plus, Office Depot is closing hundreds of its stores in this country. We'll tell you why. And bad for your breath and good for your heart, the latest findings on garlic and heart health. That's all coming up at noon. We'll see you then.
That's going to be what you're going to be blaming your stinky breath for. Huh?
Ticker's doing good, though.
Finally, here on the forum, beware this video can have some problems for you. If you've got a little bit of motion sickness, check it out. It's an advertising bit from a photographer, Blair Bunting. He's got a beautiful site, by the way. He flies with the United States Air Force Thunderbirds. Take a look. He recalls the experience on his blog. You can check it out. Very cool video. And you can also find it on our Facebook page if you'd like to repost. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you back here on News 4 at noon. I don't know.
Okay.
Did he say something negative?
No, no, no.
Funny enough, I don't believe you.
No. What I said. Nothing negative. Just invited me.
Well, everyone.
Hi.
See you next time.
Bye. Are you taking off?
Yep.
You can't hear the Jeep closers.
You resent your mom for making you make your own lunch, Antonia? Really?
Yeah, because she coddled my baby brother. Like, I like how I turned out, but I resent her for, I do.
Only because
I think
she
third
didn't make
grade
you,
is-
like, cross the board?
Yeah, because she didn't do it across the board. Like, so my brother would complain, and she would make like special foods for him. So that's why I think I resent her.
Yeah. That's different. No. My kids were like, second grade, you can make your own breakfast. Everyone should be able to pour milk across cereal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But she said my brother was sickly. He needed extra food. And I was like, whatever.
I don't even know. I guess in high school is when I started making my own. I can't even remember.
I just see so many parents who just don't let their kids do anything. I mean, and it's intriguing to me. One mom locally, we live in a really small, safe town. We all walk around. I mean, you could send your 5-year-old to the grocery store and they'd come back with the right change. I mean, it's just that type of town. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And she won't let her kid out of her sight. But her ex, who lives in San Francisco, has him take the bus everywhere. Sometimes with him, sometimes without him. I'm like, and you're a psychologist, and you don't see that there's like a conflict with this issue? And I'm kind of like, I don't think I would let my son take a bus in San Francisco, even though I know everyone does it. It would take a while before I'd be okay with that. You know, and I'm sitting here thinking, we're in a small town. It's literally 100 yards from her house to the library, and she can see the library door from her front porch, and she's terrified if he walks that far.
Yeah, I think this business is not gonna be beneficial for my kids because, of course, we hear all the nooks and crannies of how stuff happens, so it makes me very concerned for a lot of things. I try my best to kind of stretch those muscles by saying, okay, you can do this, but it is very painful. It's very difficult.
It is. That's one of the reasons I left Southern California. I felt like it was really much more likely that the things I heard on the news were going to be true in my community. And choosing communities where the news is an oddity and you're still kind of in that, oh my gosh, can you believe that happened somewhere realm is really helpful for those misgivings.
Yeah. I'm the worry wart, so I'm like, whatever.
I was always, and now with news, it's like death and destruction everywhere, every day.
That was a big part of why we wanted to come back to Reno. We were in Baltimore, and I had to stop doing certain stories. I told my news director, I'm like, I'm such a bad reporter, but I can't do certain stories right now because it seemed like every other story was a sexual assault on a little boy, and I just had my son, and it just felt like every story was him. And I just was like, I was having like issues. I'm like, I'm having like anxiety issues. I need to stop with these stories. And honestly, it was like once a week. Once a week. I mean, it's a different part of the country.
That's crazy.
Really, so I was like, I can't anymore. I was like, I need to come back to Reno, and then where it's more relaxed. And it is more relaxed, and I really like that about this community. But you know, it still happens here. When it does, you're like, you know, get that like nervous, like, oh no, not here, kind of thing. But it happens everywhere, and I know that. And
well, part of that though, too, is preparing your kids. You know, I mean, that's also a lot of it. Like I raised my daughter in Southern California, and her teachers were always stunned because she, even at like little, 3, 4, 5, she walked with her head high and she did all those things, and everybody's like, why, you're so confident. She goes, no, I'm not. She says, but I am totally confident that whatever somebody did to me, my mother would hunt them down and hurt them 10 times worse, and I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought, I can't instill her with that she's going to be safe, but I can instill her with, I will hunt them down and I will demolish them because you will not touch my child.
Yeah. Mama bear.
Yeah.
You guys, I have to head out for the noon. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Nice to see you guys' beautiful faces. See you tomorrow if you're around.
Bye.
Bye, guys.